Hey, welcome to our first live stream. I'm not even the owner of the YouTube channel. Here he is.
Hey, welcome to my first video.
Tell me what you're doing.
I'll be reacting to top 10 most shocking things found inside people. I'm reacting to videos. I'm pretty sure I'll play a lot of basketball games, and I'm assisted with my friend. He's a YouTuber. Go check out his YouTube channel. Go subscribe to him. His YouTube channel is Canton Plays. You've probably all heard of him. So let's get started.
And the occasional gallon of liquid courage.
Yeah.
Our bodies are not built to grow plants in our organs or digest a whole set of silverware. Yet, these things somehow made their way inside people. Stick around as I explain how the 10 most shocking things got their way into the human body.
I want to see what these things are. I wonder if they're going to be like some weird stuff like spiders like that. Like the thumbnail. The thumbnail is a spider inside a person's ear. Sorry for any background noise if you hear
Number
it.
10. Fish. One day, a 14-year-old Indian boy was cleaning his fish tank when one of his pet fish decided to make the bold decision to swim up the boy's penis. Hey, it's just one of those risks you take owning an aquarium. It is thought that while he was cleaning the tank, he had to use the bathroom. So he decided to take his pet fish with him in his hand. When he was using the toilet, the 2-centimeter fish slipped his hand and entered his urethra, making its way to the boy's bladder. He was later taken to the hospital after he complained.
Hold on, guys. Difficulties. What was the name of it? Alright, hold on. Say it like that.
That is shocking. Really, going up his urine. That's hard to explain. That is disgusting.
Yeah, you can go.
That is like so disgusting.
Of stomach pains and was having trouble urinating. The fish had to be surgically removed by tools, usually used for removing bladder stones, as the fish was too slippery to grip. Ouch. If you thought that was shocking, take a look at this image. This is an x-ray taken of a live fish trapped inside the lung of a 12-year-old Indian boy. The young boy and his friends were swimming in a river playing a game, but this was not any normal kids game. Oh no, this was the swallowing a fish game. This game was said to be much loved by the boy and his friends, but instead of the fish going down his esophagus,
Stupid.
this time, it instead went to his lungs via his windpipe. He soon started having trouble breathing and was taken to the hospital, where the medics discovered that the level of oxygen in his blood had decreased drastically. He went through a 45-minute emergency operation to have the fish removed. The boy was fine, but the fish was not as lucky. All I know is the swallowing the fish game is not something he's going to be trying anytime soon. Now, a fish being inside someone...
That's actually him watching my video.
May seem outrageous, but one man in China is able to top both stories by having an eel swim up his penis. A 15-centimeter eel to be precise. The man was having a beauty treatment.
Do you hear that? 15-centimeter eel. No, that could kill you if you don't get that surgically removed. Oh my gosh, that I don't know how to explain that.
Sitting in a bath with the slimy creatures as they're supposed to nibble dead skin off the body. But one of the eels...
Turn that off.
misunderstood their job and swim up the man's manhood, entering his bladder. Number 9, cobblestones. Arguments between couples can lead to plenty of problems. Heated words may get said, belongings destroyed, someone doing...
That's what happens when you get mad at your parents. They won't let you play anything.
Something stupid. The list goes on. When a young woman got into an argument with her boyfriend, she decided to go down the doing something stupid route by eating a collection of 20 small cobblestones. She initially thought the stones would flush out after going to the toilet, but after they stayed for several days, she started feeling immense pain in her abdomen and could feel the stones knocking against each other in her stomach. Ouch! She thankfully underwent surgery to have them removed, and hopefully learned a lesson that there are far better ways to deal with arguments than eating stones. Number 8.
That's pretty stupid. Who would do that? I wouldn't even do that. Even if I got mad, I wouldn't even do that. That's so stupid. That is like so stupid. Who would even do that?
Weapons. This x-ray shows a hard grenade in the stomach of a man who was planning on detonating it when the right moment arose. However, he didn't think his plan through enough, as he had no way of setting off the explosive because, you know, it was in his stomach, and you kind of need a hand to activate a hand grenade. Then there's this one, which shows...
Goo.
The baby is in here.
He is gooey. Sorry, people.
Scoot over, by the way. Scoot over.
So, what's happening?
I bet
I'm
no
sorry.
one's even watching your video right now.
I'm sorry for that, but
Frick.
what's happening? This dude, he got a grenade stuck in his heart, like it was in his body, and now I'm on this one.
Shows a man with a knife sticking out of his head. The young man and his two mates were waiting at a bus stop when they witnessed the start of a robbery. They tried to stop the robber, but the young man got more than he bargained for when he was stabbed in the head. Believe it or not, he was completely coherent throughout his ordeal.
Ha!
Thankfully, made a complete recovery. And regarding the thugs who commit stupid crimes, you would think some would learn their lesson, but not this Florida inmate. Upon his arrival to prison, he hid 17 oxycodone pills, 1 cigarette, 6 matches, 1 flint, 1 empty syringe with an eraser over the needle, 1 lip balm container, and 1 condom in his rectum. Yes,
What? That dude must be a drug dealer. Yeah. This dude needs to be like El Chapo, locked up.
up his bum, all placed inside another condom. He was found to have all these things hidden in his behind when prison guards noticed that he was walking strangely and was complaining of being in pain. Number 7. Hairball. In 2007 in Chicago, an
tell this
18-year-old girl went to the hospital complaining of a stomach ache. She had been vomiting profusely and had lost over 18 kilograms. When she went in for an x-ray,
Jeez.
doctors discovered a large dark mass and assumed that what they saw was a tumor. However, when they were operating, they discovered a 4.5 kilogram hairball over 1
What
foot
the
long taking up
frick?
her entire stomach. This young girl suffered from trichophagia, a disorder that makes you eat hair. Thankfully, they were able to remove it without any complications, and the girl sought out therapy to help with her condition. Number 6.
Yo, that is huge. Go back to that image real quick.
I don't know what to think. Go back
to look how big that is. Look how big those scissors are. That filled her whole stomach. That's more hair than she probably even has.
I'm
Taking
kind of
up her
disgusted.
entire stomach. This young girl suffered from trichophagia, a disorder that
Also,
makes
I
you
feel
eat
like
hair.
my
Thankfully, they were
friends
able to remove it
have
without any
trivial, yeah, 'cause I've
complications,
seen
and the girl
people
sought out
like
therapy
this.
to help with her condition. Number 6. Cutlery. 52-year-old Margaret Dellman went to the doctors complaining of a stomach ache. Her x-rays revealed a huge dense-looking mass in her stomach. During her operation, surgeons found 78 spoons and forks. After her surgery, Margaret admitted that she had the compulsion to eat metal. This irrational desire to eat weird things
That should be on Strange Addictions.
Yeah, the show My Strange Addiction. If you've seen it, this woman eats cat fur. This dude is addicted to his car. I don't want to get off track.
Oh yeah,
it's disgusting.
addicted to his car.
He's gay.
Shut
He
up.
kisses it and stuff.
is a well-documented curiosity and is known as pica. This can occur through a chemical imbalance or from lack of iron, causing the sufferer to eat substances that are not nutritious and certainly not edible.
Why is it called pica?
Chew.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm sorry.
That's what I was thinking. Why is it called pica?
Chew.
Number 5. A fetus. A man in India had an abnormally large
Oh,
stomach
yeah.
for his size
I've seen this before. It was on video.
Don't spoil it.
Alright.
in stature. He had his bump since birth, and it was believed to be a growth defect. But when he was rushed to the hospital suffering from shortness of breath and severe abdominal pain, the doctors
was
assumed it was a
his?
tumor. When he was on the operating table, what the surgeons found was not a tumor, but a partially formed fetus. What had happened to this man is known as fetus in fetu. In his mother's womb, he had been a twin, and during their growth period, he had somehow absorbed his sibling. This is a very rare anomaly, with fewer than 90 cases like this being recorded in medical history. Number 4. Spiders.
Oh my.
Many people
First things first,
I'm glad-
I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm gonna get you copyrighted in this video. Ooh, ooh, oh, in this video. Oh, oh, oh.
Did you? That is bad. I'm glad I wasn't a twin. If I had a twin,
I'm climbing up this person.
if I was a twin, that I don't know what to say.
Spiders? found in
People are
person.
scared of spiders, so the thought of having one in one's ear will make many hide in
Oh,
fear.
here's the
A
thumbnail.
woman in China went on a rural hike and was confused as to why she kept constantly hearing scratching noises. Days went by and she became frustrated when the scratching noises persisted, to the point she thought she was going mad. She decided to get it checked out, and when the doctor looked, he discovered there was a spider living in her ear. Doctors realized it would be extremely difficult to get the spider out, as it would keep burrowing itself. So, the decision was made to put the spider to sleep and then remove it. Once out, the patient was back to normal, even though maybe slightly traumatized by her ordeal. Another eight-legged story is one of a young Australian man who picked up an unwanted souvenir on his adventure to Bali. He was on a holiday with his friends when he woke up one morning with a scar-like trail running down his stomach. It was thought to be a reaction to a bite at first, and was given cream to help. But when the trail kept on spreading and then starting to blister, he was sent to go and see a dermatologist, who found that he had been carrying around a small tropical spider. The spider had dug through a small scar left by a previous operation that was done to remove his appendix. That's scary. Number 3, gold. An Indian businessman complained of having a stomach ache.
Kind of lucky because now he's probably rich. Also, he could have paid for that bill. So I'm guessing the bill was a lot.
So he went to the doctors and
Now he can pay his bill.
informed them that he had swallowed a bottle cap and wanted it to be removed. But what the doctors found upon removal was not as simple or small as a bottle cap. Far from it. What they found were 12 gold bars, weighing 33 grams each, and were the value of almost $23,000.
What?
Doctors
Told you.
stated that if they had stayed in for a couple more days, they would have caused severe internal bleeding and rupturing. With India being one of the world's largest consumers of gold and with the tightening of regulations, the businessman was trying to smuggle them. Custom officials questioned the man, and the gold was later confiscated. Nobody knows where he got his bottle cap in the end. Number 2, worm. Doctors were horrified when they found a parasitic worm wriggling around inside a teenage boy's eye, which had been in there for 3 weeks.
Oh.
The 17-year-old boy had been experiencing pain and had lost vision in his eye when he went to get medical help. The doctor saw something moving in and out of the holes it had made in the boy's iris and swimming in the eyes, intraocular fluid. The surgeons got to work straight away and removed the eye's lens to get the 3-millimeter worm. The worm was removed successfully. However, it did permanently damage the boy's vision in the eye. This particular species of a worm usually infects the gut when they're inside humans. So why this worm decided to occupy the boy's eye remains a mystery. Number 1.
Oh no, that was only number 2.
I'm speechless. It's been quite a bit since I've said something.
Oh,
I'm
man.
speechless right now.
Plants. In Beijing,
That's
a
not-
2-meter dandelion
That's not that bad.
Well,
How's that number 1? Let's find out.
was found in the ear canal of a 16-month-old girl. The girl's parents said that a seed had fallen in her ear 4 months previously, and they decided to take action when she started crying and scratching at it. The doctors found that it had germinated and was fully formed, growing in the canal wall. It took about 10 minutes to remove, but was no easy task, as any slight pressure could have caused internal bleeding, affecting the little girl's
Okay, now I can see why.
hearing. Another incident of a plant growing inside someone was when an elderly man was rushed to the hospital with a shortness of breath. The doctors found a grainy spot around his lung on the x-rays they took. The man prepared himself for the fact it may be cancerous when the doctors revealed that it was a pea plant growing in his lung. One day, he had been eating peas straight from the pod, and one went straight to his lung. The lung provided the perfect conditions, as it was warm and moist, allowing the plant to split and sprout. Needless to say, the plant was removed before it was allowed to grow anymore. And finally, a 36-year-old man went to the dentist after experiencing a toothache. What the dentist discovered was totally unexpected. The man had a guava plant growing
Guava plant growing. Don't tell me it was in his tooth.
in one of his decayed
That's probably where guava juice got his name from the guava plant. You don't know who that is? It's a YouTuber. You can watch him.
I was going to say guava juice too.
He's mostly a Robloxian.
No, he's not.
Well, even though he's not a Robloxian.
He mostly does 3 a.m. videos a lot.
Yeah, 3 a.m. videos, stuff like that.
He's mostly vlogs. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Back to the video.
molars. The seed had germinated and had been growing for 10 days. The tooth was removed, and the story became a viral sensation.
Oh,
which
that's his gums. That was his gum. They had to rip the
for
gum
10
out.
days, the tooth
Look at that. Oh, it's good.
was removed, and the story became a
Oh my gosh.
I actually want to see how much people are watching this. First things first, I'ma say all the words that I'ma hit. I'm tired and far the way I think.
Hey, I don't care if nobody's watching.
They can watch in the future.
Mm-hmm.
First things first, I'm saying all the words that's on my head. I'm gonna get you copyrighted.
One watching.
Don't say it's what I think it is. Yeah, it's just it.
It's myself.
That's sad.
Yeah.
First
Well, you can
things
watch this
first,
video.
I'ma say all the words that's on my head. I'm tired and far the way that thing the way that thing I've been.
Well, if you enjoyed this video, give it a...
No, we're not ending it yet. It's
Oh.
only been 15 minutes. Well, let's see. You want to do this one?
Oh, yeah. Let's do the April Fools.
Where?
It's down there.
Top 10 April Fool's pranks that don't say went too far. Let's do it. No, don't live it to watch later.
Yeah.
First things first, I'm say all the words in summer.
April Fool's
I'm
Day.
gonna get you copyrighted
Hey,
in
stop.
the video. Ooh, ooh, in the video. Ooh, ooh.
It's all a bit of fun, right? While most of us settle for simple pranks like handing out toothpaste-flavoured Oreos or supergluing our family members to the toilet, others take it much further, like much further. Most people would agree that the 10 committed pranksters in this video went a little too far on the day.
Oh God.
Amazing!
See, that's the intro I've seen before. I'm pretty sure this might be like a different voice. He might have changed his voice or something.
Number 10. School shooting prank. Certain things are naturally funny, like people who think their Oompa Loompa inspired tan looks good. Then there are things you should just never joke about. You know, like school shootings. Well, Angela Timmons clearly didn't get this memo. In 2014, she was an employee at Virginia College in Spartanburg and decided that despite her daughter living far away in New York, she was still totally prankable. With little foresight, she texted her daughter that the school she was working at was in the middle of a school shooting and that she was hiding for safety. Quite understandably, after failing to respond to her daughter's replies, her daughter called the police, who were quick to respond with teams of officers turning up at the school. The cops certainly weren't laughing when they found out it was an April Fool's prank and hauled her off to the county jail for breach of peace and disturbing a school. Maybe next time she'll stick to whoopee cushions under the principal's chair. Number 9. Murder prank. I get it.
That's an old one. I actually wouldn't fall for that. I'm sure I wouldn't fall for that. The murder things are, yeah, most of them are fake.
We love pranking. It is a load of fun. But there are limits, people. Susan Hudson took it too far. In short, she planned to convince her sister that she killed her husband. Let's hear a little from her about how she did it.
I said, Helen, I shot my husband. I'm cleaning up the mess. Let's go bury him in Blackwater.
Probably rather shaken up by the whole conversation, her sister called another family member, and then word went around, prompting law enforcement to raid her house with guns drawn. Here is what she had to say.
And next thing I knew, there was law everywhere. The response was excellent.
Whilst I do appreciate her commitment to the cause, her lack of foresight is worrying. I mean, those poor officers were probably expecting a bloody murder scene, but instead they got an overweight woman with a party popper. Apart from wasting police resources, it must have been pretty embarrassing, so really the joke is on her. She wasn't charged even as her husband returned in unmurdered form. Let's end this one with her words of wisdom.
Be careful on the April Fool's jokes.
Number 8. Military intelligence.
I wonder how people actually didn't know that on April Fools people would do this stuff. Really?
Yeah, on April Fools. I'm gonna murder someone on April Fools. It's totally normal, and they're totally not gonna think it's a prank.
Yeah, that's what I don't get.
intelligence escalates foreign relations. You know what's not likely to stabilize tensions in an otherwise volatile region of the world? A prank. So bad that Susan from the previous example probably thought it up. You see, back in 1986, an unspecified Israeli intelligence officer publicized a false report describing an alleged attempt to assassinate the Lebanese Muslim leader, Nabi Berri. The false report fooled a lot of people, like the Israeli state radio station and the Minister of Defense, obviously. Berri and others in Lebanese media condemned the joke, which was later reported by news as being a complete hoax. Number 7. There's a chemical in your water. As this video will confirm, radio DJs are notorious for over-the-top April Fool's Day tricks misleading the public. And with this one, it's all in the details. So, back in 2002, a pair of Kansas City DJs announced that the water supply in nearby Olathe contained high levels of a naturally occurring substance called dihydrogen monoxide. Common side effects of this substance include increased sweating, urination, and even suffocation. Citizens became increasingly concerned, and 150 of them called the water department, with more than 24 calling 911. One city official even remarked that it was a terrorist attack. The thing is, dihydrogen monoxide isn't some poison. It's the chemical name of H2O, or water. The hoax.
So technically, it's not even a prank because it's true. Like that stuff really is in water.
Why would people go up to a place, listen to somebody talk on April Fools?
It has been replicated many times before, and whilst it's crude, it's a pretty disturbing one to play on gullible people. Number 6. Cheap holiday prank. To commemorate the 100-year anniversary of the first round-the-world tour by travel agent Thomas Cook, the London Times had a great idea that would definitely cause queues to form outside the travel agents. In a full article, they noticed how the first tour only cost participants 210 guineas, which was approximately $575 back then. Due to inflation, and to put that in perspective, the price of the tour today would have cost tens of thousands of dollars. A few pages back after the article, the Times noted that they were to honour this trip by offering 1,000 lucky people the chance to go on a similar trip for the exact same price the original trip cost, $575. Looking for a bargain, huge lines formed outside Thomas Cook offices, and the travel agent was inundated with calls. To put it lightly, the people who had queued for hours for the deal were not amused when they realised it was all a big joke, so much so that the reporter was fired for it. Number 5. Deadline stress. Coming up to the end of March 2008, Glenn Howlett, an employee at London City Council, was on a much-needed vacation. You know, the time to de-stress, forget about work, and that sort of thing. Well, unfortunately for him, just because...
Should we end the video here? It's been a while.
So if you enjoyed this video, I didn't get to finish all of it. You can watch the rest.
No, we're gonna finish it. How much? Oh God. How long have we been streaming? 23 minutes.
Ooh.
I think it's good. We're going to end the stream here. See you guys next time.
Peace.